Hi, this is Pat Moorhead, and we are live at IBM Think 2022 in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm here with my co-host, Daniel Newman, and we have Tom Rosamilia from IBM.
Man, it is good to be here. It's great to get into the studio. There's some big announcements that took place here, and one announcement that particularly caught our interest, Pat, that we really want to talk about, and that was some news that IBM and AWS announced a first-of-its-kind partnership, putting the bulk of IBM software to run cloud-native in AWS. Tom, that's a big story. What's going on?
I think so, and I'm glad to be here with you guys. We're glad to be anywhere where there's lots of people. It's a thrill to be here and hosting lots of clients here in Boston. And you're right, this was a big announcement for us today that we made with Amazon around AWS and IBM software. AWS and IBM have been partnered for a while around consulting. This is really a first of a kind around the software. Now, our software was running on AWS before, but it was bring your own license. Now, as you said, cloud native, running as a service, part of the AWS Marketplace. So great partnership with AWS. I'm thrilled to announce it today. Building on things we already have done on the IBM Cloud, but now the first of a kind with a strategic partner.
Yeah, this is great. So, Tom, net, what's in it for IBM clients?
So I think the world is going to be hybrid multi-cloud, and you guys think that as well as we've talked. And so the ability to connect what you're doing on-prem with what you want to be able to do in AWS and other clouds as well, but the ability to run the same software on-prem, running on OpenShift, running on ROSA in this case on AWS, which is Red Hat OpenShift on AWS, is a great combination for our clients because they can use the same skill set. And skills, as we've discussed, is a real premium these days. So the ability to run the same software on-prem and then run it as a service in the AWS cloud is great. It's great. It's breakthrough.
Yeah. So, Tom, for those who might be unfamiliar with some of the software that you have that they can run, can you list a couple of those packages that they can now get on the AWS Marketplace?
Sure. So my software kind of breaks down into a couple different categories around automation, around data and AI, around security, and what we just renamed today around sustainability. It used to be called AI apps. Now it's all around sustainability. So those four pillars, and there are elements of each of those in now being able to run on AWS Cloud Native. Things like Instana for observability, as an example, or API Connect. Our security products available on the AWS cloud, and again, available on-prem. So that combination is a very powerful combination.
You know, it's early days, and of course, we had the chance to get out and talk to everybody and have a conversation with you pretty much right after the announcement. Came out this morning, woke up, looked at my phone, said, wow, this is really exciting. But you've been here now on the floor a few hours. There's been a few keynotes. You getting any sort of instantaneous feedback from the market or some of the customers that you're talking to or some of the people on your team? Are they pretty excited about this?
I think people are jazzed about this because I think it really validates what my boss, Arvind Krishnan, has been talking about, the hybrid multi-cloud. And when you think about it, before it was on-prem plus an IBM cloud, which it still is. But now we talk about it as really multi-cloud and hybrid multi-cloud, meaning the combination of on-prem plus AWS as a partner. I think customers really understand we're serious about partnering that we're doing, that Arvind has declared as a strategic element for us. I think it's proving that out for our clients.
So, Tom, I read in the release that this is not only getting your software up on the AWS cloud in the marketplace, but there's additional collaboration that's going on. I think I saw marketing and education and some training. Can you talk a little bit about that?
We're actually doing a lot of cross-enablement because, you know, for a while we were thought of as competitors, and so we got to change the minds of our sellers and of their sellers, quite frankly, to say, hey, this is about collaborating together. So there's a lot of mutual enablement that we're doing. Right. I've got a great partner over there at AWS who's leading that and runs sales and marketing for them. And so it's great to see us commit together to make sure that our people understand that. I will also tell you they're helping me. It's in their best interest to me as an ISV, as an independent software vendor, to have my capabilities available on their cloud native, in their marketplace.
One question I got from my community is, can you use AWS Enterprise credits to enable this?
That's the great news, is you can. So people who have their debit cards, they can use it for IBM software. And so they can burn down their commits to AWS using my software, which is great. And their sellers get paid on it, too.
I love it.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of upscale opportunity here. As I sort of watch the environment, Pat, I know it's first of its kind, but there's certainly some indicators here that this could be something that it becomes more expansive in time. Of course, that's my perspective early on, Tom. Overall, though, this is pretty dynamic. Now, of course, IBM also, though, has a number of, highly regulated industries and focuses and clouds that you've built that are specific and will still live in IBM Cloud. I think it's important that the market understands you're opening it up, you're opening up for hybrid, for multi, but you also still have all the services within the IBM, platform as well.
We do, and as I said, our commitment's there for on-prem plus the IBM Cloud. The new addition is as a service because it's been running with BYOL, bring your own license, for a while. I think the BYOL is a lot of shift. It says I have a license for QRadar or Guardium. I want to be able to run it on AWS. This, I hope, is a lot more lift. It says net new, upsell, upscale, for my client set.
Tom, any final comments you'd like to share with the 6.5 audience?
I just think this is big news, and I think as I said, the partnership with consulting's been there for a while. IBM has about 10,000 certified AWS consultants, and my partner organization, they're certified in 13 different specialties. Now we're adding software to that mix, and software as a service, which is great.
That is great. I got to tell you, man, I love the new IBM. It's open. It's meeting customers where they want to go, right? And I think this latest announcement with AWS, the IBM apps on AWS, is a great move.
Yeah, from the onset of the recent strategy change, moving to hybrid cloud, automation, AI, security, really having that dedicated focus, you're starting to see it in the results. You're already seeing the growth accelerating, Pat.
Yeah.
And as you watch these kinds of partnerships, you're saying, hey, let's meet the customers where they are. Some of our customers are really coming in with this big hyperscale public cloud, and they want to be able to attach. Others, are long-term IBM clients, and they're just dealing with this hybrid and multi-cloud migration. And overall, though, more flexibility, more options. There's a lot to like about that.
Yeah, and deep in there, I also like the Red Hat story with Rosa, right? I mean, this is all running on Red Hat, which I think is just, in a way, kind of icing on the cake, and I think accentuates and reiterates the value that Red Hat brings to IBM clients.
Yeah, and it's great. And Tom, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you coming in here, giving some clarity to the 6.5 audience. We really like breaking stories. Of course, this is only hours from the time the news hit the wire. I had the chance to do this here live, so thank you so much for joining us here. 6.5 to our audience, we always appreciate you tuning in. We'll have more on this. I'm sure there's going to be more coverage on this coming from us through IBM and, of course, through the work we do with AWS.
Yeah, and Tom, thanks for coming on, and we'd love to see you again on the 6.5.
Thanks, guys.